Hello, I am Rishikesh. Welcome back for the learning the AWS Cloud Practitioner. So let's talk about the EC2 Instance Types Storage Optimized. Storage Optimized EC2 instance are designed to provide highly efficient storage performance with a low latency or access to large amount of data. These instances are ideal for applications that require high sequence read write throughput or high IOPS input output operations per second. Unlike general purpose or compute optimized instance storage, optimized instances are tailored for a workload where this performance is more critical than CPU or memory. Key features: high IOPS performance optimized for the first access to large volume for data stored on local SSDs or elastic block stores. Large stores capacity. Many instance for come with direct attached NVMe SSDs or high throughput EBS optimization. Consistency and reliability. Ideal for workload where consistent disk performance is critical, such as a database or a data big analytics. Advantages: extremely fast, low latency storage access, optimized for the for large sequence I/O operation ability. EC2 instance types example. To understand EC2 instance types more clearly, it happened to look at example of how different type of are applied in real scale scenario. EC2 instance types are divided into family based on workload optimized. General purpose balanced CPU and memory. Example T3 medium. It's all the capacities and purpose of this. So just look here. Compute optimize high performance example. All example are here. Just look here. Now next is introduction to secure group. Security group in AWS are virtual firewall for EC2 instance that control inbound and outbound traffic. They operate at the instance level, not at the substance level, allowing granular control over network access. Security group are stateful, meaning if an inbound rule allow traffic, the corresponding outbound traffic is automatically allowed. Key features: inbound rules control incoming traffic to an instance. Example allow SSH port 22 or HTTP. Outbound rules control outgoing traffic from instance. Example allow access to the instance. Stateful nature. If traffic is allowed inbound, the response is automatically allowed outbound. Multiple security group. An instance can have a multiple security attached computing rule. Security group deeper dive. Security group are dynamic firewall rule defined in terms of a protocol port range and source this destination IP addresses. Unlike traditional firewall, you don't assign security group to network interface. You attach them to EC2 instance. Advantages: features, rule uh, ev- evolution. All rules are allow rules. Anything not accessibility allow in denied by default. Multiple security group. If an instance has multiple SCS, AWS evaluates all the rules together. CIDR supports you can specify IP range in CIDR notions. Tagging and automation. Security group can be tagged and managed using AWS CLI SDKs or CloudFormation, enabling automation and completion. Best practice: apply the principle for the least privilege. Only allow ports and IPs necessary for a user. Use separate security group for a web server, app server, and database. Regularly review to remove unnecessary access. Security group diagram. This is the diagram. Please try to understand. Now next is security group. Good to know. Security group in AWS are virtual firewall that control inbound and outbound traffic to your AWS resources such as EC2 Instance, RDS database and more. They operate at the instance level, meaning each EC2 instance can have one or more security group attached to it. Unlike a traditional firewall, security group are stateful, which means if you allow incoming traffic on a certain port, that the response traffic is automatically allowed back out. No need to configure a separate outbound rule. Security group are defined by rules which can specify allow traffic based on protocol TCP, UDP, ICMP, port ranges, and sources, destination IP addresses, or other security group. You can think of them as a set of allow rules. AWS security group do not have a deny rules. They are highly flexible because you can assign multiple security group to single resource, and the rules are evaluated collectively, allowing fine grain access control. A few important things to know. Security group are regional specified, so you can create them in the same region as you as your resource. They are dynamically, meaning you can modify rules anytime, can change take effect immediately for all associated instance. Unlike network ACLs, which act the subnet level, security group act the instance level, giving more granular control. You can also reference other security group in your rules, which simplify managing access between multiple EC2 instance securely. Best practice include restricting inbound traffic to only require required port, so unbound traffic open only and necessary, and naming the tagging security for easier management. Classic port to know. There are several classic ports you should always be familiar with when setting up a security group for web traffic. HTTP use port 80 and HTTP as use port 443, which are the standard port for the encrypted and encrypted web traffic respectively. For remote server access, SSH user port 22, allowing secure commands line access to Linux instance, while RDP uses port 3389 for remote desktop access to Windows instance. For database, MySQL MariaDB typically uses port 3306. Po- Post Postgres SQL use port 5432, and Microsoft SQL Server uses port of 1433. Email services also have a standard port such as SMTP on 25, 465, or 587. IAMAP on for 143 or 993, and POP3 on 110 or 995. Other common port include DNS on 53 or for domain name resolution, FTP on 21 for file transfer, NTP on 123 for time synchronizations, and SNMP on 161, 162 for network monitoring. Knowing this port help you configure secure group currently. Allow only their unnecessary. Keep your resource secure. Thank you so much for this video.